touch or emotional for a lot of people is that the moringa that you can use as a remedial measure of a sort. Where is it coming from? Me say about 2 years, me need salad that. You get it. Now, when you listen to Okujeto and the others, David, let nobody dare hoodwink anybody and say that Mahama is 8 months, they cannot fight Galamsey. Let nobody do that. Number 19 of the 120-day social contract the president signed with us was that they will ban illegal mining and mining in forest reserves. That was the promise. That promise have not been achieved. And we should not politicize this and make it seem as if those wanting Galamsey to be fixed by John Dramani Mahama are stooges of the MPP. David, see, how many of us, you listen to Dr. Obri just say that, oh, when you boil water at a certain temperature and a certain what? How many of us buy water to boil in this country? How many of us? How many of us do that? Even how many of us can even afford bottled water? David, say me bottled water, bo, you can't trust sachet water. Typhoid, and cry another issue. How many of us can eat from this Splash restaurant and co where we believe that maybe they have some greenhouse where they buy their food stuff from? How many of us? Then when we talk about it, people say that, oh, the government is not. David, when it comes to a situation that mimics terrorism, because for me, Galamsey is environmental terrorism. The effect of Galamsey has that consequence and doesn't know political color. Nobody goes to the hospital to be treated for malaria and they ask you, are you MPP or are you NDC? They ask for your hospital card first. Then they run the lab. So the fight about Galamsey is the fight for the survival of posterity. You and I, our children and our grandchildren. David, I've worked in these areas before.
That is even if you have the energy to even provide children.
Yes. And David, you see, the last time we were doing the sanitary part 10, we spoke to Ruma, Dr. Kantum, and he told us most of these girls from these areas, they have showing signs of fertility issues. Oba enkebin shame, wabobra, doctor ni, lawyer ni, when you're oba wareno, na woma. Na baby, a kobone beyi. So anytime we are discussing some of these social can I always say that let's look at the long-term effect of this. David, incredible broker some Cromonte Kragalam, so we come neck home.
The long-term and the ripple effects as well.
The insert you played, the guy said that the cadmium, it has an impact on your brain.
Yeah,
mental brain development.
Yes.
The cadmium. In the crown of so why a salad the man no dio oh ye DB near the Okusko wa bomb bekumna Galamsey. The crime, the teenage pregnancy, the proliferation of arms. The last time we spoke to the Ashanti Regional Security couple, what's the name? Jabari. He said that anytime there's this criminal act, in fact, the Kusasi, this thing that he was trying to, they were linking it to some of the proliferations when they come to the mining areas. And I was so disappointed in the president. The posture was most worried. You played the coup de choice voice here. This 1 year. Oh, music is involved. Police officers are involved. It's swapped.
Yeah.
So much swap. MPP for na name. They send this for na.
So what is happening?
Some just said they can fix Galamsey in 1 week. So let nobody hoodwink anybody and try to do an emotional argument as if we can't fight this.
It's not disturbing that during the president's response to the activation or declaration of a state of emergency is that we're not there yet.
Yeah.
He should tell me when would we be there. What is he waiting for to see?
When the way
before we get there?
We were there.
This LI 2462 is a debate. Why is this still? It's still
anytime the LI comes, something interesting happened, and I always tell David this. When they pass the LI 2462, when you call any member of parliament, they pretend as if the thing is new. Listen, you see, when a country's destiny is being hijacked, and when people do this organized flag and attack, the reason why I don't. Sometimes I have strong words for them is that they are so myopic in thoughts that they don't even read between the lines. Leo, which sensible parliament, let me use that word, will sit and say that we have okayed for a president to allow mining in forest reserve? Later, when Erastus and Co. through Arocha, Ghana, that Rubonsu, Erastus and other activity, and we found out that, oh, this is what the Kufuor government have done. When you call them, what did they say? Oh, we don't even know this. We will revoke it. We will do that. We will do that. Just like E-Levy. If E-Levy was okay, why was even the vice president trying to promising that they will revoke it after 2 years? Why? Why was bawumia promising to revoke the LI 246 that you are defending? It clearly tells you that our parliament was not sensible on that day that they were discussing that policy. And they gave the executive power to the president to say that go into our forest reserves
and tear it down.
And tear it down for gold. Yet when you call them on radio, they pretend as if they didn't even know it's past because they are complicit.
And the Speaker of Parliament.
Exactly, and that is my source.
Said it.
It's only in Ghana that the third powerful gentleman can say publicly that Onimempi say Galamsey, OSP Amfreno, Yoko Amfreno, Shraj Amfreno, nothing on record. I will win in him for say Omo MP near Galamsey.
And there was an incident which his name was mentioned.
David, many members of parliament.
How many people died in that incident?
So I always say that when it comes to Galamsey, you may call some of us names, you may do whatever, but David, you see, when it comes to health, a boom near do confanochia, you must have party card. Oma will defend the woman. Ghana pay and here for defend the Scafua for Ghana pay. Ghana pay and are those who are marginalized, whose destiny are being mortgaged. They defend those perpetuating that evil. When it comes, David, I told you I went to Rock City. I'll say this. Every single water that was served me, I took a picture to Leo. Where do you say the water is from? Italy, right?
Yeah.
Every single water was from Italy. Every single water. But David, per the trajectory of my career, I'm coming.
Hold on. I can also say to you that most of our politicians don't drink water from Ghana.
David, I was in a certain V8 from a certain town to a certain town. Every single thing we were marching on, is it the English you want to Montreal? Marching on, I say, yeah, the boy Anoso Kakrano was imported. Marching or whatever. The water, I sent the picture to Lulio, confirm it's from Italy. But Bitman showed to be able to defend the Galamsey because or MPP near NDC, even Rollins, Kufuor do not do MPP by. That is what upsets me the most when it comes to Galamsey. The hypocrisy.
Yeah.
People who stood against this in the Kufuor's time today, you when we open the phone, you hear them give you lavish English, salads, where's salads? Try to romanticize the act as if it's normal. David, me say every single water you shouldn't near the royals. I don't hear any Ghana the Nibia. So they have access to money to buy these things. They have access to the best healthcare. Recently, when people wanted to do politics and they leak Bagwin's health routine, so be or go to buy on any echo. Now the house will not match per diem. Who give salary charging to and who defend the NDC for because what ban also your Galamsey to be defended. That is the sad part of our country.
It's the first watcher from our tax. Some of the metals of what we don't see with our naked eyes, but it's only a few minutes.
Yeah.
Make an hour so. Only a few minutes and go back and see the water there.
The thing you gave me, the crudging thing.
The crudging thing.
And you see, and David, crudging, I think you should bring that thing back.
Yeah, it has a ceramic.
David,
feature, yeah.
When I moved to my new place, David, you know that even Kwesi Preko, my supervisor, they use this, they sip. Apparently, the Galamsey happening in Ethiopia, it can seep into the water bed. So you may not be relying on maybe water from these sources, but borehole, then acidic could be in there. And David, the more dangerous part of all this conversation is that most of us relying on Ghana water and borehole, we are susceptible because Ghana water doesn't treat heavy metals. So this English about dandelion and co, it be good, but it be long. The most important thing is that nobody should put a champagne on any water body.
If you are living in Kumasi, what are you going to find that?
David, you live in a bit of a new side. Do you have that drum there?
Oh, have grown some. Have cultivated some.
Oh,
yeah, David, one. Where did you get the dandelion seeds?
Oh, I got. In fact, I didn't get the seeds per se. I went to visit somebody. I told you about those things.
Yeah, you told me.
I got some, and I went.
Okay, your friend you got it from. Did he or she tell you where
I
she?
didn't even bother.
Okay, the water you used to water the dandelion. Do you know? Have you checked the chemical composite and compositions?
I've given it to the Ghana Water Company. I done my own well. I've given it to the Ghana Water Company. They've done some tests on it for me, so I know at least what I'm using. But I'm not looking at myself per se. I'm
the general public.
The greater.
Yeah.
No, David Cradian. David Cradian. David is a rich man, so Ghana Water has tested his water and all that. But you see, where he even sourcing the moringa, he's not sure.
Yeah.
Oh, very true. I'm not.
You get it?
You know, when you even talked about, you said that you haven't eaten salad in a while.
Yeah.
I think yesterday I bought some salads, and I ate some salads. But if I listen to the sound bites, I'm scared.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what I'm taking,
Yeah.
and what impact it's going to have on me in the next 6 months, 2 years, or even if God graces me, 40 years. And you have a president who says, I have come back, and I want to reset Ghana. And in resetting Ghana, it's not just about the economy in the city. It's not just about fuel prices doing better.
The health of the
It
country.
is everything, encompasses everything. So if you say you are resetting Ghana, so let's say you build more health facilities, you build more football pitches, you build more schools, you build more whatever.
And all dead.
And then we are all dead or we are sick. What is the essence of resetting Ghana? Then when you say
you see, yesterday, Kojo Ponkroma, when he mentioned health, there's a video on his Facebook page. I'm streaming on YouTube, so I can't say, but I remember he said that in celebrating Nkrumah, Nkrumah gave a speech on the 24th of December 1957. And David, he said something that for Ghana to measure the progress that we will achieve, we need to look at the happiness of the people. How many of our people have access to education? How many of our people have access to good health care? And how many of our people have access to electricity? These were the five, remember, from what Kojo Ponkoma shared, the 24 December 1957 speech. How many people have access to education? How many people have access to quality health care? How many people have access to electricity? And the happiness of the people. David, the last time I went to Amansie, you won Kora because of Galamsey menace, Okucha blade and pa and some wako school. So the education is also affected. So David, the long-term effect of Galamsey is so broad, and nobody should dare hoodwink anybody to think that there's nothing.
If the president said we're not there yet, and you're being told that this is having effect on brain development.
Yeah.
Brain development of the fetus in the pregnant woman's womb, or the child that was just born. What are you telling me? That we're not there yet. That we're not there yet.
Behavior.
Look at what the man was saying, that if you go to the mining areas, if somebody opens turns his back for you to see, I say zebra.
Yeah.
Zebra mark is like I this had the first uniform. What are we waiting for?
Yeah.
Dave, I'll go back to what I said the last time. We do not have control over the destiny of this country. And it's all just politics. Because at the end of the day, what everybody is afraid of is, if we stop, what next?
So let me ask you something. I understand you, forgive me for what I'm doing to you. If we stop this, what next? Yes? But the bottom line is, if we all will come together as Ghanaians, put aside all our political coloration, and say that we are fighting the issue of Galamsey with one voice. And with this tomb, I guess I told when the EMP from Konyaso. I guess I told when the NDC back Konyaso. If we let them know that, listen, you cannot take us for granted anymore. Look at what Okuji told Black said. When I got it and done, I listened to him. Yeah, Jimmy, and sorry for my language. Is he taking us for fools?
No, I know.
At one point, you are saying this, and then when you have the opportunity, you are saying that.
Yeah.
So you're taking us for fools.
You know,
let me not beg you. You're taking us for fools.
They actually
So
think we are fools. It's not like they take us.
They're taking us for fools.
No, if you say take us, it's like taking us for fools. It's like us or more, but they take us for fools.
Fine.
Yeah.
If this term can do away with MPP, and this term can bring the NDC, this same time we should make use of it. Because if somebody is going to die, last week or there, but then somebody called us to tell us about the fact that he stopped working, and he's now babysitting his child at home because of Galamsey activity, and the child cannot do anything for him and for herself. What else are we waiting for? For me, if President John Mahama is listening or will listen, we voted him into power because he said he was going to reset Ghana. In resetting Ghana, it's not, like I said, just about the city, the fuel prices, and making life comfortable. It's about our own safety. So do the right thing. Declare a state of emergency. Repeal this LI 2462. Then we will see commitment from the president. Look at these young ones, 8-year-olds, 7-year-olds, and I do order or prepare for school. The child is on the street demonstrating. Listen, if it was wrong when we were demonstrating against the haircuts, and we have former, Chief Justice also there, it's equally wrong for us to have children demonstrating at night, asking that the right thing be done about Galamsey.
Yeah.
And then they told the church.
Yeah. And you see, David, sometimes they also make it about the state of emergency. That's my understanding of it. I'm not a lawyer, speaking to the lawyer, David. When we put a pause on Galamsey, you see, the forest, when you speak to the Professor Kwache of KNUST, they'll tell you that the forest has a natural way to recover itself some way, somehow. We give our water bodies that breathing space to breathe. For me, that is my first estimation. So we give the forest and a breathing space. Then two, you do what I believe is most important. This is why, David, per experience, I've noticed that there are some people who even have licenses, but are even doing illegalities into our license, duly registered EPA, Minerals Commission, whatever license that they have. But they are not supposed to maybe mine 100 meters from the water, but no one suing him. Example is what the minerals, the lands ministry said about Woon to me when they said they didn't have authority to forest. He had authority to do prospecting, but at the end of the day, he was doing some activity of mining.
Yeah, and the forest was mining.
Exactly. So it means that there was that. Yeah, we are Obian fan license and record district headquarters 261. Leo Kojo Stanley. Also was said that a Kweku Stanley was said that Mahama number 1. You two nipa me and said wachi. Police officer, ya kwa hen ya wo yem. Utu ye per license or reclamation. Have you reclaimed? Have you paid the right taxes? Have you done the proper demarcation? Where are you washing your tailings? Because Erastus told us that the most dangerous thing is where they wash the tailings. Mechanic, they know the uru in Sufino, the uru gold, no, say in Sufino, and find the Kogu. As all hospital, ya abortion, ye the drone baby, a baby on Suni Kono. It has to be treated before it is discharged into the normal drains. Are they doing that? Then we know that Leo, though you are licensed, you are doing what is right. Then we say that Leo more powerful. Maybe we are making you the head for the community mining in that area. Because David, we can also not say that people shouldn't mine.
Eugene, don't talk too much. You know why? Because these things you are talking about, Takwa, at Takwa and all these places, yeah, they control drones by a second monitor this very thing that you are saying. So it's not like we don't have the solutions. So the solutions are there. Everybody who has been through any kind of if anybody who has been through any kind of mining training knows these things. The processes are there.
No, but
near prospecting about when you know where the ore is, you know, say this is where I'm moving the topsoil. I'll place it here, and when I get to the ore, I'll mine it and do it here. I'll create a dam and then circulate the water. I will paper so implementation.
I think you even brought the documents.
I brought the document the last time. But the thing is, how are we implementing it?
What do I tell to pay you?
Play it again.
When I listened to that voice at 2 a.m. this morning.
No, play it again. So that people get context.
Voice at 2 a.m. this morning, I feel insulted. Because all the machinery, all the things that you talked about are still present.
Yeah.
Why are you not using it? What has changed? Is it because he's also benefiting or enjoying in a way? Okay, so don't black one. Why?
Forest reserves. He said it was four were invaded. Now it's what 44.
Yeah.
They're all
in the same MP excavators go missing.